Lott recently completed his first book. This accomplishment taught him that success is often misunderstood and that everyone can enjoy success. To expose the myths of success, please welcome Lott.
Good morning, Jacksonville. Good morning. You can do better than that. Good morning, Jacksonville. Good morning. How are we doing this morning? Great. Fantastic. I was thinking about this event last night as I was driving up from Tampa, St. Pete. And I was thinking about the privilege to be before you this morning and have the opportunity to share with you what I think will have an impact on your life. But it's not possible unless people sacrifice and put together events like this. So to be asked back is truly an honor. I'd like for us all to give the GCJ production team a round of applause. And I'd also like to thank the vendors that have come out today to support, and I hope you will all show them your love by stopping by their table and finding more about their journey. Let's get to it. Success. Myth number one. Success is scarce. There is no scarcity when it comes to success. It is an ever-expanding pie, and you can have a slice. Why is that? Do you believe that? Think about the internet. I remember when the internet wasn't created. I'm sitting with my grandparents, and they said, boy, oh boy, these computers, oh my goodness, that's everything. Then they made your mobile phone a computer. And computers and TVs now are almost obsolete. You can have everything you need at your fingertips on a phone. Imagine that. The problems persist. There is a problem for you to solve. And you can help me, quite frankly, with all of the data security. I don't know if any of you have received a letter that says, I'm really sorry, but your information has been compromised. Or you've had someone break into your account. All of these things are problems that are yet to be solved, and someone will solve them. Why not you? The pie is ever expanding. Myth number one, success is not scarce. There is success. The pie is ever expanding. You can have a slice. Now, as we think about success and try to define it, we all have a different idea of success. I'd like to tell you a story about Tommy. Tommy plays baseball. Unfortunately, Tommy is not very good. And neither is his team. As a matter of fact, Tommy's team is in last place. They've lost every game. And the coach at the end of every game says, hey, guys, look, it's not about whether you win or lose, but you guys have been programmed too. I'd like to tell you another story about a young man by the name of Lott. The man you see before you played basketball as a little child. And I thought I was pretty good, but our team wasn't. Our team was in last place. And I heard from my coach, guys, it's not about whether you win or lose, it's after one loss, Tommy made an observation and said to his coach, Coach, I understand that it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. So then why do we keep score? I learned a valuable lesson about winning and losing. The winners had people flock to them. They were praised. People wanted to be around them. Their trophies were bigger. They were asked to do interviews. What was the secret to your success? Well, I saw him go left and then I went right. I just knew I had to make the play. No one ever asked me, Derek, how'd you lose like that? But what I realized is we've been programmed to believe these things. That how much money you have, how big your house is, your fame, your notoriety determines whether or not you are successful. Myth number 2, success is not about what you have in your pocket. It's not about the fame and the paparazzi. Take a picture. It's not about those things, but we believe them to be. If you have a nice house, fantastic, good on you. But know that it's an achievement. It is an outcome. It is not success. Having money, having fame, fortune, notoriety is not success. So if you don't have those things, you can have success, believe it or not. A new program has been downloaded, ladies and gentlemen. Please accept. Click the button. I went to Success Magazine. I looked at the article and the research that they did. And they said, success is a process, a journey. It's about striving for something, going after something. All you parents, do you want your kids to have the best? Do you want them to succeed beyond what you've been able to accomplish? Yes. Absolutely. And therefore, what do? You drive them to school. You drive them to soccer practice. You drive them here. Your tongue's hanging out. You do whatever it takes for them to have the best out of life. You're willing to sacrifice. You're willing to take a journey, to execute a process that you believe will give them the very best that life has to offer. Success is a journey, a process. This is a quote from the great coach John Wooden, basketball coach at UCLA. Success isn't striving. Success is peace of mind. Knowing that you're doing your very best to be your very best. That is success. That is something you can lay your head on a pillow at night and feel good about. I also think that as we think about success, we need to look at the statistics. One of the other things that Success magazine did is followed a research by Harvard, and 700 men were followed. And they found through the course of their life that it wasn't about fame and fortune that gave them longevity and happiness. It was their relationships. It was partnering with people like you. That was success. And if that's the case, each and every one of us are important because we have relationships that we've fostered. How many of you in this room have a relationship? Let's see the hands. At least one. You know one person that you say they would come to your birthday. How many of you have a relationship that you would sacrifice and you would give for? Absolutely. Therefore, you are capable of having success. And if you are doing your very best for them so that they can have the very best, you are successful. I know you might go to the bank account and say, "Hey, Derek, I hear you. I'm just not feeling it." I want you to go to your bank the next time you have to go make a deposit or withdrawal. And I want you to stand tall. I want you to go up. I'd like to take out $5,000. Well, unfortunately, you only have $100. That's okay. I'll be back. And you keep coming until that money shows up. And you forget about striving. And you get out there and help people. And you make a difference. And you will be rich. You'll feel like $1 million. So you have a purpose. You are important to others. I want to dispel another myth. The myth of comparison. You know, when I was little, I always wanted to be like some of the other kids. Anybody out there? There was that kid, the cool kid. Everybody loved that kid, and you wanted to be that kid. Well, I was really bad because I would look at that kid, I would wear what he was wearing. It's like, hey, how you like this? And he'd go, you're wearing my outfit. What are you doing? And it looks horrible on you. I'm like, oh, well, anyway, I just want to hang out with you. Can I hang out with you? No, you can't hang out with me. You're not cool. Right? And we suffer rejection, but we want to fit in and we want to belong. Why wasn't I good enough? Why? Why didn't I fit in? Why can I have some of the things that those cool guys had? There was some great scale in the sky, and I must have done something to tick them off because I wasn't getting the good stuff that they were getting. Why? I was measuring myself against other people who I thought had it together. Now, the funny thing, life is interesting. Some of those cool kids are not so cool anymore. Life has a way of taking care of things. But the point being is that don't compare yourself. Don't look for some scale that you've got to manage. There's no demerit system out there. You can have what's for you, and that's good enough. So the last thing I want to talk to you about is if we've got purpose, if we're successful, why do we run into so many challenges along the way? It is one thing and one thing only, and that is resistance. From the moment you set out to do anything of consequence, resistance shows up. And you know it. You just don't call it resistance. You call it a bad day. You're like, oh, they're not in my favor. You want to go work out, and as soon as you try to work out, it rains, or your boss calls, or the kids start acting up, or you have this problem, and you can't get to it. That's resistance. From the moment you blow out a candle on a birthday cake and make a wish, resistance comes immediately. And the bigger your goals, the stronger the resistance. Look at that little chickie. Cute, right? But the reality is he's going to suffer great resistance to get out of that egg. He may look all fuzzy and cute someday in the future, but to get out of that egg, he's got to work. And it's a violent struggle for him to get out of that egg. That's resistance. This guy knows something about resistance. Anybody know the Chicago Bulls? Michael Jordan? How many of you know the Detroit Pistons? If it had not been for the Detroit Pistons, Michael Jordan said he would have never won an NBA championship. Great resistance led to great reward. It is resistance that is knocking at your door, ladies and gentlemen. The myths of success dispelled. It's not scarce. It's not based on fame or fortune. It's not based on you comparing yourself to others. It's your ability to believe in yourself, have a purpose greater than yourself, and overcome resistance. I wish for the very best for you, and it has been a pleasure to be in your presence. I wish you the greatest future possible.
Derek, we've got chickens at our house right now. One of our hens is sitting on a dozen fertilized eggs, and in about sometime this coming week, we're going to get to experience exactly what you were seeing on the screen here. Those chicks getting strong enough to peck their way out of that shell. And it is the process of coming out of that shell that makes them strong enough to survive the rest of their life. How about another round of applause for our speakers?